Ladies and gentlemen, what you are going to see in today's video is kind of the culmination of everything that's been building up in Tophia's world in the past few months. She's still homeless, don't think anything on that front's changed, but she seemed like a ticking time bomb, somebody who was ready to just freak the fuck out, and really freak out, because she's got mad before, but it's nothing like today. You're gonna see a lot of screaming, crying, and really you might feel bad for Tophia at some points, but then it's gonna all come full circle. There's gonna be moments where you might think, man, she's tugging at my heartstrings right now. This poor girl's a victim of everyone on the internet. But in a few short minutes afterwards, she'll be making you think an entirely different thought. This is one of the most wild videos I've ever had to cover, and I want to be honest with you, there's like a whole second part to this where she's crying about her deceased dog. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not covering that in today's video because really it is just somebody crying over a pet they lost, and no matter who you are, it's just going to be like, that's a weeping person over there, over someone or something that they cared about a lot in this life that is gone. There's no value in watching that, is what I'm saying here. Does she go over the top with it? Absolutely. Absolutely. You'd think Mamachu just passed away in the chair next to her. But that's for another day on another channel from some other person who's covering it. But we're going to look at the meat and potatoes of today. And that's where she goes off about everything under the sun. Why can't she be famous? You know, why do the trolls constantly go after her? And maybe she'll find those answers. Probably not sure as hell not in this one, but she'll complain about it. And you'll see that right now, ladies and gentlemen, because I think there's no better time to just get right into this.
I don't have to be nice to you. I don't have to be nice to anybody. You know, you could, some of you guys could stop typing. Some of you guys don't know how to shut the fuck up sometimes, and it's annoying. You talk too much. Homeboy, you never shut up. You talk too much. Homeboy, you never shut up. You talk over here, and you talk over there. You talk so much that you talk everywhere. You talk too much. Homeboy, projecting? You know what projection is? Obviously, I talk a lot because it's alive. It's not supposed to be silent. Like, and you know what's funny? The same people that are complaining I talk so much are the same people that are listening. No one's forcing your stupid ass to listen. I wouldn't listen to someone who talks so much. I leave. Obviously, if I talk too much, you wouldn't be here. You enjoy it, so stick around, grab a snack, and come on back. Like Wendy Williams. I used to watch Wendy Williams all the time. Grab a snack and come on back. It's time for Hot Topic. Whenever she says Hot Topics.
I'll give her this one to the person in chat who typed, "Shut up." At this girl whose only form of live streaming is her talking. I don't know what you expected there. But I'll say this: her singing of you talk too much. She's trying to get to the second verse, but Mamachu's coughing is too empowering, and Tophia just cannot do it. But she's absolutely right about one thing. You guys gotta grab your snacks. You gotta grab a drink, do whatever you need to do, and relax and watch this one. Then come on back, because shit is about to get real. It is one hell of a hot topic that Tophia is gonna be talking about. Full on Wendy Williams style.
I'm not getting a job. You get a job. You get a job, Avi. Go get a job. You get a job. I don't need a job. What's a job? I don't need one. Car life? Okay, so who gives a fuck if I'm living out of my car? I don't got responsibilities. Like the Rugrats said, no responsibilities. I don't gotta pay fucking rent, so I can live wherever I want to. I can sleep wherever I want to. I can drive wherever I want to. I can go wherever I want to. I can take showers. I can do whatever I want. I have for freedom. You know why? Because people think that I enjoy living out of a car, so why not just do what you think? What you think? You think that's worse? I am laughing at all the people regretting their decision of voting for Donald Trump.
Okay, stop trying to make this about politics. Tophia, you can be homeless, you can be free, and you can love it just like you're saying. But with that, you don't get the option to be a chooser. You know that classic saying, beggars can't be choosers? Well, when you're saying that you need money for a new house, you're promoting your Cash App and nobody's paying for it. You're putting up clothes online like merch and nobody's buying it. And you think that they should be doing this for you. It's something that Tophia said before and something she'll say again probably probably in this video here. If not this one, maybe one of her many others. She's put out a lot of videos this week, and I've watched most of them, so it does blend in a bit. But she really does expect people to just give her money blindly so she can, go on and do better with her life. Something she said was, I don't need to prove this to you. Just trust me. I'm doing it. And you know what happens the last time people trusted you? Well, they didn't trust you, but you just didn't say anything about it. You guys went to Comic-Con. And you know how much they spent? Tophia's own words, they spent about $150 per ticket. That's Mamachu, her, and Brotherchu. And now we know that they got like over 20 autographs of people like the cast of Good Burger and different like voice actors and whoever. Why would you do this? Why would you go spend money on anything like that while you're homeless? I'm pretty sure that one day of Comic-Con could have funded them for, 1 month of rent maybe at like the shittiest of shitholes, but she just didn't do it. Comic-Con was more important. So you can laugh about that and say that you love being homeless and you're free, but then when you're like cold in your car, don't expect people to feel bad for you because come on, dude, it's fucking freedom, right? US of A, baby, and now the land of the free.
But there is a lot of stuff that greatly affects. And first of all, you guys don't realize that the government is the reason why people are homeless and you want to say it's someone's fault. No, it's not. Because at the end of the day, I can still go get a job, but I'm not making enough to survive. Why am I going to go work standing 8 hours to come to a car to sleep? Because that's what's going to happen. People think that if I get a job, I'm going to go get a place to live. Okay, I'll go get a place to live without my family. I'll abandon them and leave them in a car because that's the only option I have is to afford a 1-bedroom for me. For my family, I can't do it. And I still can't afford a 1-bedroom for myself. $600 is not enough because you have to make triple that. You have to make triple your income. It makes no fucking sense. You've got people in China that buy houses and don't have to pay property taxes. You've got people in other countries that get free healthcare and we don't even get free healthcare. There is so much that goes into effect and you want to blame somebody, right? You don't want to blame the government. Right? You want to say, oh, it's your fault because I'm not fucking lazy. I could work my ass off and work hard. I could have a successful business and still be fucked under Trump. It doesn't matter. I work my tail off every day. I'm always coming up with things to do. Like I'm always working on t-shirt designs. Who gives a fuck if people don't buy it? Maybe my life might turn around. Why do I gotta live like how you live saying, well, nobody's gonna do this because you don't fucking push yourself? Do you not realize that it's going to be mass homelessness? Because eventually in the future, nobody's going to be able to afford rent, even with a 9-to-5 job. You sit there thinking you're so secure and you're better than everybody else with your job when a 9-to-5 job is not secure. They can fire you for anything at any moment. They can find some sort of reason to fire you. We don't need you anymore. You know what? They really don't need you anymore because they're trying to build robots to do everything that you do, except without the complaining about not making enough money. That's what you get for asking for more minimum wage. You got giant companies, you got companies like Elon Musk and his Tesla company building robots to take your jobs. So that way it's going to be an iRobot situation.
Alright, look, is she out of her mind with this stuff she's saying about jobs and all? The security of a 9-to-5 job, it's too much for her because you can lose it at any minute. Not like this TikTok right here. And how crazy is it when she said, yes, I do work. I sit around and I make t-shirt designs. So what if no one buys them? Maybe someone will. You can't live like that. You can't live off this hope that, oh, I'm gonna be world famous one day. You're 31 years old. If you were like 11, sure, like, man, I'm gonna be famous. Like, that's cool, but you're not. You're not. Like, these dreams have crashed. I sound hard. I hear myself. It sounds terrible to tell somebody this, but like, how do you get this through to her? Like, this is not gonna happen. It's not just gonna magically change overnight. But she still expects it to somehow, some way. And she's like, oh, it's gonna happen. You can't just say this and will it into existence. She's so stuck on that dollar amount of $600. Like, I can't get a job and live off of $600 a month because she's immediately thinking, if I get a job, I'll be making minimum wage, which is probably right, but what a way to downsell yourself, right? Like you already know that you're not good enough for any other job but fast food, and you're admitting it right here, and then saying, well, since I'll only be making that, social media will have to do. But it shouldn't, because you'd be making more at McDonald's right now than you would off of social media. Because let me tell you something right now. Over the past few weeks, we've been covering Tophia, and I've been telling you how she's been stuck on this $180 she's supposed to be paid out from TikTok. Well, guess what? that money apparently never came. So now she's probably downtrodden, thinking, oh no, now we're never gonna get our new apartment. This ever elusive paycheck that would have paid for one day at Comic-Con is what she was living and dying for. But no, she would never make that much at a job. You know, right? It's so ridiculous that Mamachu just doesn't look at her and say, like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, I'm in a car, dude. Like, what do you... Go to McDonald's. Get the fucking job. I'll give you... Here, look, let me look at my pocket right now. Here's... All right. Here's $9. $9 and here, let me see. And 15 cents. $9.15. Go to the dollar store, right? Get a bar of soap. Get like, get a thing of deodorant. You bought all this new makeup on TikTok for hundreds of dollars. So put that on, look nice, go find a job, and get me out of this car. But, you know, that's what should be happening. Instead, Mamachu's sitting there going, They don't know Tophia already works. Like, it's like, you're fucking crazy. This whole family's nuts. And I've said it before, I defend Mamachu in these things, but why should I? Because she's the reason she's in this position anyway. She loves the fact that Tophia is not working. Probably because she has someone to sit there and talk with all day, but because in her mind, she believes the same thing Tophia does. She has a job. TikTok's her job. Why haven't they seen any money from it, and why aren't they in a house right now? Who knows, but we'll get there one day. And then there's also all that political shit she said, also kind of bragging that her job on the internet is going to be more secure because Elon Musk is going to come in with robots and all and give your job away, which, you know, probably will happen sometime in the future, Toph. But for right now, in this moment, you don't get to use that as an excuse. She'll put anything in front of her so she doesn't have to get a job. Even if, like, she was making $10,000 a week, I don't think she would work any, like, manual labor job. Any job where you had to stand up. And it might sound hard to believe, but this is not me insulting Tophia. This is just the person she's shown to be over the course of these live streams. She's a very sedentary person. She sits there, she's stuck in her ways mentally and physically, and she's not expecting to change. You're acting like Mamachu, like a 60, 70-year-old woman. You're 30. Act like it.
The amount of money I've made on social media is crazy, considering I made more than I did working at a job. Why would I want to go to a job? Why? It just doesn't make sense. You tell me. I can make good quality videos on YouTube and, you know, live my life. I was looking at the cameras at Walmart and they don't have any. There were some cameras missing on the display. So, yeah, I didn't see. I could have bought a drone too. I could have took drone videos. No, actually, well, I make 10K in a year. No, actually, this year it's probably going to be more than that because of the subscriptions. If people keep subscribing, which you can subscribe, you're not like blocked for subscribing. Mind you, that's not it. I'm trying to do a lot more other stuff. I want to do YouTube videos. Like one YouTube video, if that 50 million, I keep saying this, man. If I would have got the views that I was pulling on TikTok on YouTube, I could have bought a house right now. I gotta, you know, my phone has no storage, so I have to get a camera. So I'm gonna have to wait till next payment to get a camera. And on top of that, I have some other things coming to help my family. There's some stuff coming in the next weeks. So yeah, we'll get rid of this old boy. This old boyo. It's too bulky. I agree with my brother. This SUV is too bulky, and it's time that we do something. So yeah.
I want you guys to close your eyes for a second and imagine you, yourself, you're homeless. Not only you, the rest of your family, you're all homeless. Maybe you got a parent that needs to be in a house. Maybe you got kids that need to be in a house. But everybody who you care about is homeless. And you know you're about to get a paycheck soon. And you can put that money towards a house. Now, option 1, do you save it and put it towards a house? Or 2, do you buy a camera and start your bustling wannabe YouTube career? The way she talks is just ridiculous. Like, yeah, I'm gonna jump to YouTube and I'm gonna make a lot of money there. And it's like, how do you know that? You know, I get it. She thinks because she has some built-in following already on TikTok that she's gonna just convert that, go to YouTube, and make a killing. But the thing is, I brought this up before, if Tophia was to go to YouTube, which she already has a monetized account here on YouTube, people will just report her and get it taken away. It's already happened on TikTok, and it's not entirely all on the trolls for just reporting her. She'll go on stream, and like the other night she made a remark like a racial slur and was saying, oh, I can say that. Well, apparently not to TikTok. TikTok didn't like that and banned her stream. So she went over to Twitch for that night, and she got banned there as well. And then I think she got banned again on TikTok the other night. Like, it's not gonna work for her. And I've said it before, I'm not on here advocating for people to just report her channels into the dirt. The problem is, as I brought up, she has that built-in community, that built-in fan base, which isn't a fan base, it's a group of haters, and that's all that watches her stream. But the real ludicrous claim right there is that she's made thousands, so much more than she'll ever make at a regular job by doing TikTok. And someone in the chat brought up 10K. And she said, yeah, $10,000. I'm sorry, what? Like, again, this is unbelievable. Like, somebody in that family has to tell her, like, you know, right? You can make more than 10K at a real job in 1 year. Like, I mean, based on her idea, right, on her whole minimum wage thing, getting paid $600 a month, or I'm sorry, $600 every 2 weeks. So let's just do the math right there. That's $12,000. After taxes, it'll be a little less, but then again, that's more than you've ever made on social media. So by her own logic, a job would pay more. But she'll never actually realize that, because again, it's not that she doesn't want to make more money, it's that she's too lazy.
Being lazy and fat is crazy, considering the fact that how am I lazy and fat when I'm talking about what I'm doing? Something you don't understand. You see, here's the thing. You sit your ass on TikTok and then complain about people asking for money or help for rent. There was one lady that got a job, which I don't know the update, her situation, but she had just got a work from home job and was about to be evicted out of her house. She worked hard for her house only because she didn't get her first paycheck yet because she hasn't started working. She was about to be evicted, and I went in there and liked the live. You know why? Because engagement is everything. I don't have to give people money to help out. That's the thing between me and you. The difference is you don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself, and that's a selfish bastard. Those are people that I really don't care about. I really don't care about the selfish bastards that have no dads, that think of them fucking selves, because I'm in a car, right? And I've had more support from people than half of y'all. Like, you only give a fuck about yourself. I don't know. Some people need a reality check or a wake-up call, because sitting here accusing people of the way the fucking system is so crazy. The system is designed to keep people poor. Do you not know how that fucking works? It keeps the rich rich and it keeps the poor poor. You can't fucking tell me otherwise. You think you you have a house? Fuck you and your house. You know, when people say I'm in a nice warm house watching this, you're not rich, bitch. You're not Warren Buffett. You're not Bill Gates. You're not Jeff Bezos. You're not anybody. You just have a house, and your house could be ripped away. Like, I have a house. I could have a 1-bedroom house by myself, and I could pay everything myself if I didn't have to take care of my family. And what? It's not a flex. Like, I could have a 1-bedroom house right now.
Then do it. Why does it always have to be a 1-bedroom house for you? Why can't you bring your 1 and 2, like the 2 family members you have with you to that 1-bedroom house? Why can't you and Brother Chu share a room? Give Mama the couch. Like, it's all because, and I'll tell you what right now, she said it before, that they're not stopping and they're not going to get a place until they can get a 3-bedroom house, not an apartment, house. And that's because Tophia needs her own space, which, yeah, you do. I imagine a 31-year-old woman would. But guess what? Beggars can't be choosers. We already brought that up in the beginning here. And they can't get an apartment because Papachu is on a do not rent list, and he'll get them evicted basically the second he shows up at that door. And that's why she always uses this as an excuse and tries to throw her family under the bus and be like, hey, I'm all good. I'm the breadwinner here. If I wanted to leave them, I could, but I don't. Aren't I an awesome daughter? And then at the beginning of that clip, I didn't mean to time it up and call her lazy right as someone else called her lazy, but for her to say, how are you gonna call me fat and lazy when I'm telling you everything I'm gonna do? That's why. Because you're using your words too much. You know, actions speak louder than words, Tophia. Once people see you actively trying to get your life better, that's when they'll stop calling you names. And her excuse would always be, she doesn't have to tell you, you just have to believe it. Why should she have to prove it? And again, that goes to the fact that in most people's cases, they don't. You don't gotta prove shit to anybody. But in your case, when you're sitting online here talking down to people, making assumptions like how earlier on you just said, oh, you know, all you people have never worked, all you people don't have dads. Well, since you want to assume stuff about people, people can assume stuff about you. And when you're live all day showing how lazy you are, those assumptions just become facts.
You're saying if I just try, my situation could get better. Why can't I try on social? You know what? When I say I want to try on social media, people tell me to get a job when I'm making money on social media. Why can't you just, like, you act like getting a social media is going to change the way that you perceive me. Be so fucking for real. Do you think that you're not going to see me differently if I get a job? What's so different about me changing my life actually through social media and changing myself and making positive videos and being positive again? What's so fucking different from that than from getting a job? Getting a job is not going to change people's outlook on what they think of me. Let's be so for real. Let's be so for real. Let's call it for what it is. What is going to stop people from harassing me? Because it's not going to work. It's not going to. Yes, I have been positive. I have been positive. It's fucking people that haven't. You don't go and tell all these people that tell me to go harm myself. You don't fucking say shit to them. What about the self-harming kids? What about the person that showed up and stuck sticky notes to my car and started banging on my car while I was asleep? What about getting chased down, right? Because my brother chased him down. But yet, that's not negative? What about the threats that I get constantly?
Yeah, but let's be real. Let's be so fucking for real right now. You throw those threats back at people. Just like a minute ago, you're saying, yeah, haha, you're gonna lose your house then. I'm just waiting until all these people lose their houses. Why? Because you don't have a house. And you get mad when you see people have a better life than you. You throw threats out at people all the time. You just got banned on Twitch for throwing out racial slurs that you thought you were cool saying, and now you're blaming TikTok and Twitch for every single thing that happens with you. That's your biggest problem, Tophia. You're trying to portray it as the man holding you down, when it's you holding you down, and you're holding your whole family down. And now you're starting to cry about the fact that you want to try real hard, but why can't you try on the internet? And again, look, what people do to you, Tophia, I'm not sitting here advocating, but I'm sitting here telling you that it happens. This is the way of the internet. You've been someone who's labeled a lolcow. And what's crazy is somebody like me, I found you 4 years after this shit happened. Tophia started going viral with the boss, but what was the boss's daughter shit? It was like some meme she would do, and it got fairly popular, and then her TikToks got fairly popular. And before long, she was doing shit like this, blaming the world for everything, blaming the people in the chat for everything, coming off as one of the worst people on here. In a way, it's kind of similar to Chris Chan. Now, I'm talking pre-motherfucking Chris Chan. It's like you're one of these eccentric internet individuals, and there are some people who really, really despise you. I recommend this to Tophia if she ever listens to this video, to watch the Geno Samuel documentary on Chris. I know it's a long watch, but you got a lot of time available in that car. And I want you to just realize, like, this is sadly the path that your life has now gone down. And that's a big reason why people tell you to get off the internet, because let me just show you a little parallel here. Chris Chan, as of right now, I make videos on him all the time. I've made a video on Chris in months. You know why? Because no one knows what he's doing. He's off the internet. And he's living his best supposed life with his Icelandish or Finnish girlfriend. Icelandish, that's not Icelandic, I meant to say. Did I? Is that the right one too, Icelandic? With the emphasis on dick like I gave it? But no, Tophia, if you got off the internet and actually, like, and got a job and just stayed off the internet, yes, this would go away. People would stop fucking with you. Originally, at your first job, you'd probably get fired because people would call, but as time went on and you didn't make videos, nobody would care.
I just want to be successful. I just want to enjoy life again, and I can't even do that. And every time I cry, people don't give a fuck. They don't leave me alone, and it's constantly. I have no purpose anymore. I just want to have a house and be happy. And I can't even do that. My father is sick and I can't even help it because nobody wants to help.
Don't let them get to you.
I just want to go be with my grandmother.
They're just jealous because you have the life you have.
I can't even.
Remember, your friend told you. The one we just met. Don't let them get to you. They're a bunch of lowlife. Not all of them. Most of them. Constantly in there minding our business. It's a shame they don't get paid for it.
Threw up on myself. You don't know what it's like to have to live out here and to live with a fucking president like that and have to not worry.
I can't hear. I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry, guys. It just fucking sucks.
They don't know. They have no business.
And it's not fucking right. How come these people are allowed to get away with it, you know?
No proof of anything.
It's just sometimes I just wish that I could harass people like they do me, but if I do that, then I get canceled.
At the end of the day, that's all this is about. She wants to be able to go back at people and like say the same shit they say to her, and she does, and that's why she gets banned, and that's why she's so sad here, because she gets canceled if she quote-unquote defends herself. No, Tophia, anyone who does this gets hate comments. I get hate comments, not as much as you, but everyone gets them. You just don't read them and you move on. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, this is so simple. Just don't say stupid shit and you won't lose your platform. And you're blaming everybody, from the president to TikTok management to the trolls in your chat. Like, dude, like, come on, this is crazy. People in her own chat are telling her to chill the fuck out. And so you remember earlier I said maybe if you're someone who doesn't know much about Tophia, you might feel bad right here. Well, it's all gonna take a turn soon. Because do you hear Mamachu, her one and only defender in the car, calling out these trolls, saying, you don't know nothing about us, despite most people knowing everything about them. They're just trying to save face. Well, Mamachu's defending her fervently, and Tophia very soon will finally be able to snap, be able to tell like everybody what's what. But who is she going to direct all that anger towards?
Because it's not fair. You know, no one tells anybody anything when they're doing shit to me, and all I was doing earlier was just talking about t-shirt designs. How is that negative? It's a constant everyday thing. It's so crazy. Like my main page, it's just so bad. It's so bad. I just had to go to messages and delete it all because there's over 100 messages, and that's not even including my Instagram. That's why I don't even look at my hidden requested messages. If people are being positive, I'm sorry. If people are being nice, I don't look at that because I just delete it.
They don't know how much, but they see it. So you can spend money and still have money saved. And if they're talking about me being in the car, I choose to be here. I'm not going to go die in some home because they want me to go die in some home without my kids. And if they're talking about your father, we are doing whatever the hell we can to help him. It's the system that's fucked up. And why are you so concerned about him anyways? You're concerned when you put us in the streets. When you put us in the streets, you weren't concerned. We had a nice apartment, and all of you idiots put us in the street.
It was only $810 a month for rent. And we fell behind, and because of
now they're concerned.
And because of the fake comments, now all of a sudden it's my fault you're here when they're the ones that caused it. And even the
Nothing's your fault.
Even the office stated so.
Nothing's your fault. It's their fault.
Right there. I'm pointing at it like Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Right there. Are you out of your fucking mind? Well, like, you know how easily susceptible Tophia is to just believe these things, and for you to say, nothing's your fault, it's theirs. Nothing's your fault, Toph. What? Nothing. And it's clear Mamachu's idea on the world is Tophia's, you know? It's not their fault. The government's got them down. Everybody's against them. Tophiachu, you know, they're doing everything they can. No, they're not. They probably haven't spoken to him in months. It's just crazy.
We had a perfectly good apartment.
The minute they found our hotel room, they started calling it. And they want to say it's us? We're in the car because of us? No, we tried to stay in a hotel room we can't stay in because they keep calling. My son got a damn job, and they started calling it. Trying to get him fired.
Saying he was a hazard.
How can you blame my daughter? You see it. You see what the hell goes on, and you want to blame my daughter.
How can she even say that? She says, you guys got us kicked out of our apartment because you wouldn't keep calling, which I bet happened and I bet was annoying for the hotel, but that's right after Tophia saying like a minute ago that you guys didn't have the $810 needed to pay the rent. So who got you kicked out? Is it you guys for not being able to pay, or is it the people calling? And furthermore, when they came in the room and saw how disgusting it was and how bad you guys had trashed it, you still won't take accountability for that. And Tophia even has the nerve to claim that all that trash was from the people who were there beforehand, meaning that they showed up, decided, you know what, this is filthy, so, they may not have another room for us, but we're also not going to clean this one. So just move those cans off the chair a little bit, Mamachu, find a comfy place to sleep, and this is just how we're going to live now. It's everyone else's fault. Every single situation they're in, it's everyone else's fault. And also keep in mind that Tophiachu is still building up that anger inside of her, and she needs to let it out eventually.
You see it, but you know what your problem is? You're ignorant. All of you are ignorant. Well, not all of you.
It's because
she has supporters, but
it's because
still.
It's not happening to them. They don't give a fuck. But if it was happening to them, they would give a fuck.
All these supporters, if I can share their messages, she has a lot of supporters.
Fuck, man. I almost thought it was my fault again because of the calls that was going to the job. And I didn't fucking say anything.
Like I said.
Because I didn't want people to know in the first place about the job. Because I wanted people to think we wasn't doing nothing. Because I already knew if they found out one of us had a job, they was going to start harassing. And this is the shit that goes on. Because they say, oh, just get a job. We'll leave you alone. That doesn't work.
Oh, no?
That doesn't work.
For what happens to me. Don't say it's not about me. You're blaming her for what happens to me.
She's fucking.
What do you mean it's not about me?
She's the one that's out here in the cold because you guys decided to get us kicked out of our apartment, which I can't even afford lawyers to sue anybody.
Sue people for what? Like, what have actually, like, people done? Because here's all I'm hearing. You're blaming people again for getting kicked out of the apartment room that you guys trashed and couldn't pay for. And now you're blaming people for calling Brother Chu's job? Well, I mean, newsflash, Tophia, as far as I'm concerned, Brother Chu still has that job, and nobody's harassing it. Maybe a few assholes called here and there, but nobody's just actively trying to get your brother fired from his job. Because if they were, he probably would have been fired. They're probably saying horrible things if someone calls, but again, the places, they know these calls are probably, oh yeah, this guy's fucking with us, that's that. And now you're trying to use that as, see, I can't get a job. Why? Because your brother can hold one? If anything, that makes you even more qualified for a job. And again, Mamachu's making this so much worse by feeding into all of it. Everything she's saying to these people in Tophia's chat is just ingraining this more and more in Tophia's head. I'm right, you're wrong, Mamachu says so.
And you're next. You're all next to be in the car because minding our business doesn't pay. And you do that 24/7. And what are you gonna do when TikTok's gone? You haven't decided, huh? You're too busy minding our business. But you know what? We already started doing other stuff.
They haven't even built their They haven't built their platforms elsewhere, and they can't talk about me on Instagram because it's not gonna work.
We're ready for when TikTok goes, but you're not ready. And I'll be glad you won't be able to know what we're doing when TikTok's gone. There won't be no Discord to tell you what we're doing. Nobody tells you what we're doing besides the Discord or the trolls on TikTok.
Reddit. It's a Reddit page too. It's just so, it fucking baffles me that every day I come here and I'm so excited about things that I'm working on.
And I support my daughter because you don't see what I see. You don't know what the hell she's doing. Oh, but stop. You need to stop acting as if you're right next to me and her. Again, I'm glad you don't know what we're doing. It shows. You're saying that you don't know what we're doing. Because if you did, you wouldn't be saying we wasn't doing anything. And I'm glad. Because I don't want nobody to know what we're doing. But you're going to see it. And I wish TikTok would stay up so you can see it.
Every day I come out here and
my daughter went to Comic-Con and took about 30 photos. If that's not people liking her, I don't know what is. Yeah, a few of them said bad things, but only a few. And they support my daughter too. And I know this because of what they said. And I get a lot of messages. I'm a big fan of your daughter. Tell her I said so because she doesn't answer our messages. And I have to tell them I'm sorry. She gets a lot of haters.
Every day I come on here and I'm so excited to share something and then it gets ruined. And I can't even share anything. It fucking sucks.
That's bullshit. You're trying to act like you're always positive and you come on here and you're like, oh my god, guys, look at my new thing, and people just shit on you right away. 9 times out of 10 when you go live, it starts like this. Okay, so why did I just see a video of this white woman on my TikTok page? You're always talking down on other races, including your own. That's why people, it doesn't matter like what race or creed you come from, can all agree, Tophia, that you are a racist woman. You talk about Hispanics terribly, Native Americans terribly. You claim to be a black woman, yet talk about black people terribly, and that's why you got banned on TikTok the other day. You do it to white people, to every color across the board. Tophia has no problem calling you out, and that's where her streams are. There's no positivity behind them.
People take my happiness away.
If you're gonna cry, don't let him get to you.
The shit I have to see every day, man. The shit I have to see. That's why I don't even, like, the only people I respond to really are the ones that I already talked to, because otherwise I can't look at those messages. And I just feel so bad because there may be someone out there that is
no, we're not getting off the internet. Nobody's making me or my daughter get off the internet. Why don't you get off the internet?
It doesn't fucking make sense. First of all, they tried to call my brother's job to get him fired. So if I get off the internet, why would I go get a job to go get fired? And they don't fucking realize that.
They're saying, oh, you're living in a car. Oh, as if we didn't know that. How ignorant are you?
No, I'm living in a house. I have a house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? These people are over here saying, oh, I have a house. No, you don't own your house. If you don't pay the taxes, they'll take it from you. It's not your house. Thank you. You don't own anything. You don't even own your lives. God owns that. He could take you at any time. And you want to act like you're better than everybody else. You're in here saying really bad things and doing stuff to my daughter, and you want to say you're better than us. We don't go in your live streams and treat you like that.
There's like 8 or 9 people in the chat. Mamachu doesn't even know what exactly Tophia is going off about. That's why she's like, because all you people in the chat are, you know, you're talking trash or whatever. She doesn't even know. Most of them are just saying, Tophia, that's wrong. Like, you're lying. You're crying. These are crocodile tears over something you don't do. Your content isn't positive. I know you want to portray it as such, but it's just drama content. You're usually talking about other people, and then you get very upset when people talk about you. You can see that with Mamachu here. Like, why do all these people always worry about our business? It's because Tophia talks about everyone, and in return, everyone talks about Tophia. And look, maybe I'm just being cruel here, but I want to ask you guys something. I don't know if you, maybe you grew up with a mother like Mamachu. I highly doubt it, but like, I just couldn't imagine my mother sitting there on TikTok Live. Oh, well, you don't even have a house. You think you own that house? No, you're probably renting, you know. She's grasping at straws trying to defend her daughter instead of approaching this with like a logical adult conversation. She's throwing out schoolyard insults, again, just like Tophia, because they have nothing they can say. They know damn well that 99% of the stuff this chat's saying about the way they're living their lives are true, but because they feel attacked, they feel like they have to go, no. Don't you dare say that about us. It's not true. You're wrong. And they're not. The people aren't wrong. It may be harsh, but it's not wrong. And now, let me set the scene. Mamachu has been defending Tophia so heavily throughout all this. Despite not being, like, you know, intelligent while doing so, she's still been doing it. Her heart's in the right place, and she's defending her daughter, while Tophia's been crying and not really knowing what to say herself. So Tophia, the person who makes all the positive content in the world, is about to go on a rant about how other places in the world don't have to pay property taxes or nothing like that, and how she's probably going to go on about how the U.S. should be more like that and how the U.S. sucks, and then get into politics again. That's, like I said, you can tell that's the route she's going down. But before she can get there, Mamachu has something to say, and that's when it happens. That's when Tophia's anger finally comes out, and you're gonna see it here within the next 10 seconds.
We could have free. We could buy a house and not have to pay property taxes. Mom, okay, enough. I'm trying to talk. Jesus, stop arguing with little kids. That's the only reason why they continue, because they're not of age. If they was, they wouldn't be fucking going back and forth with a 60-year-old woman. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Just ignore it already. Jesus Christ. I got too much issues going on than to be going back and forth with stupid ass idiots. They could have tax-free houses if they fought for their shit. No, they don't. They vote the wrong people in office and then say that Trump being in office doesn't affect me. It does affect me. It affected 700 people who took their last breaths, and I can't even say it because TikTok censors me.
What? Like, how did she turn that from just trying to be quote-unquote positive to freaking out at Mamachu to going into politics? I mean, just She has a very wide range, does Tophia. I mean, a very wide range of the same 7 things, but boy does she get there somehow, some way. What are we even watching anymore, really? Like she's the worst. Like, imagine you're feeling sympathy for her just for her to go, okay, Mom, stop! You're arguing with little kids! Like, Tophia, that means that the 9 subscribers you have there are little kids, by the way. But, like, Mamachu, again, is trying to defend you. It's like she's the only person on your side, and look at you. Then you become one of the bullies. You brought it up in the beginning of the video that you wish you could harass people too, and you just did. You go at Mamachu like the trolls go at you when she pisses you off, and you don't understand that. I get that it's your live stream. She's done this so many times and goes like, Mom, this is my stream. Be quiet. I want to say stuff. But, again, you're in the same car as her. So what? She's not supposed to breathe when you don't want her to. So all your viewers, your adoring viewers, they can hear your elegant words and not the sounds of Mamachu, which makes me think. And I've seen it before, heard the sighs in her voice. Those Mamachu coughs are starting to get to her because she'll be trying to talk all of her great positive words, and Mamachu will break in with a and Tophia, just the life is sucked out of her. She's reminded that Mamachu's on the other side of that car and that her grand plans of getting a 1-bedroom apartment are yet again just right into the dirt because she won't be able to live there alone. Which I gotta say is the most selfish thing about her right now. The fact that she knows, or at least she's saying, that she can get this place and is not doing it because, she wants her own bedroom is crazy. Mamachu brought it up too that, just because we have money saved doesn't mean we're putting it all to an apartment or so. Like she was basically trying to say, hey, we have money for Comic-Con. We don't have to tell you we do. Hey, we're working on getting our house, but we don't have to let you know that. But you're live every day still. This is like 3 months now that you've been live from this car and showing no signs of getting any better. If you were getting closer to like that goal, then you wouldn't be on TikTok every day complaining about how far you are from it. Like Toph is on here constantly talking about how they just need to get a house and they can't wait to get a house, and soon enough, before you know it, they'll get a house. You're really not doing anything, are you? Especially the Comic-Con trip. Them trying to play that off as it was nothing was probably a massive hit to their income, but one that they don't want to let anybody know about. It's just the same old shit from these people, but a lot more angry. And I'm telling you right now, the one about her crying about the dog is something that I personally don't want to watch here, but I will link it down in the description below. And there's a lot of this Toph freak out. So much that I cut out. There's and she said the F-bomb at least like 300 to 400 times. F-bomb, it's fuck. She said fuck 3. I'm not Tophia. I'm not about to say corn. I do want to bring that up too on her switch to Twitch when she went and started streaming over there. Pretty sure you can say porn on Twitch, but Tophia still refuses to do it. And I feel like if she comes over here on YouTube, she's going to use her TikTok lingo, unalived, the pew pew, that's the worst one. So the way... you hear someone got shot, right? They're talking about firearms. See, I'm giving way better examples of what to use. But Tophia decides to use a pew pew. Oh, she got pew-pewed. You're 31, dude. Like I said, I get it. I get the game. I know how to play it. You can't use certain words, but your choices for your alternatives are just horrible. But look, man, we'll see what happens in the future. If I'm back here in a few weeks eating crow because Tophia has a beautiful new house, I will be shocked. But I think we're going to be in the same boat that we're at right now, or should I say the same minivan we're in right now. So, when that happens, I will cover her again. But for now, as I said, I'll have TV's channel linked in the description, where all of Tophia's newest, freakouts and everything are. And it's a wild ride, so I'd go suggest looking over there. And again, if you like videos like this, then slide over to Kiwi Tapes' channel every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Too High for Stupid. It's our podcast we do, and I'm sure you guys would like it. And if you want to keep up on date to this stuff, I tweet about it a lot. Over on Twitter, I'm at SmokeyMcC, so follow me there. I'm sure you guys won't regret it. We post a lot of crazy shit. But until the next one, I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I see you in the next few days or so. Not sure when I'm going to get the next video out, and so it'll probably be tomorrow. But until then, I'm out of here. Take care, everybody.